Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that. Right. It's better than an Eder and envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us. We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear ya. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? You're not the only one. Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature, if you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilichi, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilichi that I missed out on the most exciting part.
You're gonna get me going too. We're with you. All the way.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the Living Land. For so long, I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared. I suppose you're right. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the Living Lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. I almost turned my back on Animancy. But now that we're here, Who am I? My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place, where anything... When you say it, I can almost believe it. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Who could rest at a time like this?
Hey, I wanted to say that I'm sorry to hear about the whole Tama thing.
Thanks, Marius. That means a lot.
I've left people behind before, but it's different when you lose someone unexpectedly. So...
You and... Who could rest at a time like this?
Good. Now, as I was saying...
Going this way. Gods, this is the place.
I think we've found Sapadal's home.
Right, what's a tame? That's human.
Someone's eager to start.
Right. How did I know I'd be jumping into a giant pool of water today?
Cannonball!
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad? What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing. At least I'm not going mad. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go? Wanna know what I think? I think someone's laughing at me. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward!
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited.
Finally, you've come home.
How is this not the strangest thing that has happened today?
Oh my god. How?
Giada Castel.
Wait, you know me? How do you know?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother?
She reached out to us. using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used...
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents?
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family. I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being. I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good... Indulge me a moment. I've been waiting. One final question, spirits. What is this? What is it you want?
Well, that was 4 questions, but sure.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the... Easier said than done. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you?
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for...
The time has come for you to find your patron.
A garden is whatever you plant in.
Sapadal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
Now that you have returned, we will fade.
Don't be. Nurtured or neglected, we will return to the soil. Our purpose draws to a close. May the living land...
Goodbye.
Give her space, dearie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
Yeah.
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. I'm a man of hidden depths. Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine. Though, maybe don't mention that to Sapadal when you meet. No one likes being told they don't have it that bad. Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of... Still, you taught me that a person... I hope you're right. You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler or assassin, but knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limit. And I don't envy you having to deal with, but I envy even less the mess you're going... Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you. And some days you wake up and the deck of your ship's covered in bird shit. You can clean it up or you can step in it. A lot of people aren't going to make that, especially when your Ambassador Heelguard hosted Ludwig and Paradis for as long as her assistance was convenient. You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is one situation where it's the thought that... And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Road, not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradis. That's mighty principled of you. Not if Heelguard's still bringing soldiers into Paradis by the ship, and that's not all. Ringram may have unleashed some powerful magic against the Dream Scourge, but she left a lot of... That doesn't look good for your people. Not when Ludwig was also in the region, and your people had a garrison at Eagle's Reach. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Heelguard's been helping matters while you've been out here. No slight on your skills, but some problems can't be solved. If and when we get out of here, we're walking, and you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I admire your principles. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. I don't mean to burden you. It's just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. Anytime. Good night, all. Hey, Giada. How are you holding? Up after seeing those plant people.
Well, seen things not intended for mortal eyes, and uncovered.
What do you need? Until next time.
Let me think. Well, I've seen things. And in a... Jenner, this whole... Look at what... When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. No Animancer can live up to... I thought their legacy was a curse. As an Animancer, I do admire them. One thing is certain. When it comes to Animancy, I wanted to tame the spirit of the living... They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things, I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through Animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more. But then again, who am I? On the other hand, I think I know what I want. I have a lot of catching up, so be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to any... I knew they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field. I've only got one lifetime as G. Hey, you helped me through the...
Jara's parents would be proud.
Envoy, what do you need? If I must. What do you... You too.
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still. Bars were not enough. They writhe. Only essence sustains them now. We won. We did not foresee this. An equal trade. The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer. We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms. Shake the roots slowly. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be. We spoke of growth. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you... Thanks for talking. So those green people in the garden, those weren't your parents?
I see the disciple has found his way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
It seems I was not clear enough when I last spoke with you.
Out. Out. Her voice.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with? Apparently, I must. Do you think you're special? Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos? It's when even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to... You suspected. Then you must have understood why.
It is true. She twists the knife. The sea.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained. Work that sullies one hand meets out justice. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with. Of course I do. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it. There was none. Utmost chaos calls for unwavering rebuke. I see what you're implying. I will not acknowledge it.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Eder is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy. Then you understand the gravity. You are here now. There's still time to face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently. The path of justice is fraught. I leave you with a warning. The false god's essence is strong here. It taints all it touches. My magfolk may be hostile to you. Stay vigilant and remember your oath.
I have nothing to say. That was insane.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
Yeah.
Thing's moving this time.
He hides it!
I've got it! Yeah. Stay alert.
This will hurt!
Watch this! Arms up! What is that? I know that place, right? Well, that... Yeah. Oh no. No. Why is this? They're dead. Like, it just happened. Like I remember.
This is the moment I found you. But
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. What I am now is much better than what I was becoming then. That much is certain.
I have faced this already. Why force me to do it again? Then for the god's sake, what is it? I am exhausted, Viate. I can't take much more of this.
You know where we are. This is my memory. When everyone died, and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell.
We dealt with Razvan. He got...
Good. And when he arrives here, he will have me to deal with.
I have what I need.
Then maybe it was I who needed to speak with my Viate. With a clear mind. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more.
I know. And I'm not sure I'll ever live that down. I don't think I know how.
You've all...
So, what do we do?
I feel strongly.
Easier said than accept. We've both been through so much. But I can see that it's all behind us now. Just another thing we've survived after all this time.
A fine way to put it. I see it too. You've come a long way from that scared boy who refused to wear shoes for fear a bug might crawl out of it.
That was you, Nimdut. Look at my feet. Shoes. Kamayu. Well, it was good to see you, Viate.
Take care of my little friend, Uncle. He needs you more than he'll say.
On your right, dear.
Nice job, everyone. If anything moves, I'm going to jump straight up and start running.
You asked for it!
Here we go. Tama's cairn. What's that doing here?
This place is cruel. Let's find your god, envoy. Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial. What it... Before we visited his memorial, yes. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing. Then what am I looking at? I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense? That's the problem. I can't picture him. I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw. He was in pain, but trying to hide it. I did. Sounds downright selfish of me when you put it that way. But this Tama's more than that. All his moments at once. Joy, sadness, anger, or heartbreak, stomachache. Everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost... Yeah, it is. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment. When he was suffering and when I failed him. But now that I see him as more, it's like he's free. You're right. It's like you said. His memory is no longer a burden. For the longest, I was afraid to let go of this moment, like I'd be letting him go if I did. Now I see I was just holding on to something that was weighing us both down. Me too. I never thought I'd meet someone but you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. Now let's go find this guy. I suspect you're right. Let's end this.
What, like it's hard? That's done.
This place would be peaceful if it wasn't so dangerous.
What has the afflicted threat? Hurry!
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people. What? You're in a good place then. It's been a bit, I don't know. Maybe the unexpected. Yeah. Annie. You too.
Marius. How are you feeling?
I'm alright. Good to see. See an old friend. know?
And saying goodbye, that's the hard part.
That it?
been here. We were here all the yesterdays before. The sun rises and sets. Time is mud. When were you born? When were we? We cannot say. We feel no spark of the Tibaris Inachus in this place. We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone. Still wings, the clear glass of the pond. They took it all away. Akita ripped from their beds, rivers of blood. What was their crime? Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly, the stillness of night split by grinding steel. Chill in our spine. How could we name it? First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed. A means to an end. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey. Prune the branch, 3 grow in its place. We persisted, we were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they track the stars? Then, they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze. They could not destroy us. They would destroy all who knew us. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands. But they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves. We had to stop them. The rivers dried. We had no more to give. They raised machines. We tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing. We floated in a great glass eye. The fog closed in on us. We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun. lay in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves. Extinction bought with blood. The victor rights with the ash. We watched helplessly for aeons. Until you. A chill wind. Our branches shudder. We do not think of this. The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands. In the silence of our prison we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here. Fish swims in circles. We are not sure we understand. We cannot choose where seeds fall, yet we can feed, prune, protect. Soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade. You listened. You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
We've got company!
Come and get me.
This place feels familiar. Hurry, let's go inside. This looks like the Akita building. In this place. Clearly they wanted their story preserved. No matter the cost. Garlowane's gonads. Look! It's even the same hearth from my dream. And that's the chair. It's the picture of coziness. You do know what it means to lose all your teeth in your dreams, right? Finally, you've arrived. Ah, there it smells. That took 10 years off my life. Wait. You must be the librarian from my dreams! Oh, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, though, you do look quite familiar.
It's like looking into a blood-stained mirror.
It has been quite some time. Too many years to number. Of course. You are an ancestor? A very fashionable one at that. No, child. We are the keeper of these tablets. Or have you already forgotten? Oh, of course! I was you in a past life. Oh, I'm such a fool. You lived with animancers, and yet the idea of awakening to your past lives never entered your mind?
Can we get out of here? One Yatsley is more than enough.
Was the last of the Akita. Once the attack started, a few of us were charged with preserving as much of our history as we could. So, we retreated with as much as we could carry. The attacks? You must mean... the Magfolk attacks. Yes, we've... heard... Is that the reason for the bodies outside? Yes. Your monstrous gods, who bought their divinity with blood and the souls of their faithful. They tried to butcher every last one of us. No. For some reason, Wodigan beliefs didn't really take off here, Envoy. But how did the Magfolk reach you in here? They didn't. Between the screams of my kin being slaughtered and the screeching of the Magfolk, I couldn't breathe. That's the screeching I heard in my dream, Envoy. I knew I recognized it when we killed that Magfolk. Once it was gone, there was nothing left. And perversely, I found the quiet worse. So I decided on another way. One that wouldn't give your gods the satisfaction. Poison? Well, at least you washed it down with some good wine. You're not helping, Envoy. Yatsley, you know what you must do now. I abandoned my duty to protect our history, but you... Someone must tell the story of the Akita, and there is no one else. I'm already an expert. What more do you want me to do? Think about it, Yatsley. You have been training to be the new protector of this collection since childhood. I couldn't ask for a better successor. But that was your duty. I have my own dreams. Yatsley, if you do not become the new librarian, there will be no other. The stories of the Akita will turn to dust, and my people, our people, will be forgotten. Just as the burned queen wanted all along, when she sent her magfolk to choke the life from us. This is all too much. What do you think, Envoy? I'm already intrigued. You don't need to lay on the guilt, Envoy. I am so glad that one of Sappadal's chosen stands with you, Yatsley. Our time is at an end, Yatsley. It's time for me to go. Wait! I've not even asked you any questions! Tell me about your marriage rights. Oh, did you mean for all your buildings to look so phallic? Unfortunately, my time is at an end. You must keep Yatsley alive. She is the last hope of the Akita. So this is goodbye. I wish we could have... No. I wish that all of you had a better ending. Choose well, Yatsley. And good... She's gone. Forgive me, Envoy, but we should get going.
There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dear.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well.
I'm not sure I've really worked through. I feel
I think so. Truthfully, I didn't come. Now, we're close to... Thank good.
Oh, you don't. Getting to see... Now... It's up.
Well, I won't lie to you. It's not every day that you learn that you're the last hope to carry on a legacy, but never literally talked to myself before But here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in. We all could. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group will be...
You've listened to all of us. You've been shipwrecked and assassinated, harangued by gods, You've had your soul poked, and yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
Under the circumstances, that's entirely reasonable.
Join the club.
I'd been more concerned if you weren't scared. Did you think we'd judge you for that?
Well, this isn't the Empire. None of us thought this would be easy. For you, most of all. We've survived our own...
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall there. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you confronted your own killer and let him go. It takes a special kind of strength to stay your hand in a moment like that.
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. You saved my city and gave me a home. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those sporelings. You got my priceless vase. What more could it...
And now look at you. Look at us. Quite a lot, as it turns out. But the journey is worth it.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a Living Lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the Living Lands? Some of us could use a break.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Right. Sleep well, my friends. It's just... We already have a lot to take care of, don't we? We have a god and an empire. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third... But... It makes sense. It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn. I love the man, but he'll just be endlessly supportive, the fiend. And trying to send a letter when we're on the move like this? It's not an answer I would have expected. But, well, honestly, I feel more... Oh, I was just thinking,
Congratulations, Yardsley. Now you're just like...
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the day. ask because I want... What do you... You're right. I owe it to them and myself. Thank you, Envoy. Finally picking a destination. Oh. But I am not looking...
He'll understand. Your happiness and fulfillment are everything.
Well, come on. Much as I'm loath to relinquish the spot. And Envoy...
Gutsley, I have... I have a question.
Oh no, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. I just want to know how you handled the traps in Godless Ruins so easily. Is this where your god friend sleeps? I assume we'll have to break this barrier somehow.
Safe to assume that the large glowing door is part of Sapadal's prison? Now, we just have to get past it. Oh, big mistake!
Quit moving!
Watch this!
Behind it! Watch this! Glad that's over. One moment.
Seems like we've drawn a crowd.
Watch yourself.
Get on!
Nice shot.
like the gate's open. Well, what are we waiting for?
Here we go.
You asked for it. Look out!
Gotcha.
I've fallen.
Fire!
Slow down.
Taking the shot.
Check your right. Fine.
Hold.
Safe.
Gotcha.
Let's take things slow.
after so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps. A voice. Through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here. The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now, we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open. It will take you there. A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We must. We shall. We have been thinking of this. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow. We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you offered your hand. And where is your mercy for us? You know we deserve better than this. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. Learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to rest. We want peace. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? Yes, we have seen what you do to those you call monsters. We asked what he would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said? More than anything, that is what we desire too. Treat us as you would the bear. Clean our wounds, heal us. Grant us the same. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long. Perhaps. What if the bear's spirit came to inhabit another's flesh? Unity, emergence, we would become one. We could guide you. We could care for you. You would never be desolate again. You would never wonder about your place in this world. You would not question if you were loved, and no one would dare question your right to live. And we would never be alone. We would be entwined with your heart. Breathe. Do not fight us. Allow us in. Let us stretch our roots into you. Heart, spirit, lung, mind. You are ours now, and we are never letting you go.
Andra's depths.
It's Par...
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
That must have taken an incredible power. Beyond all mod... The same, unfortunately. Though, whatever happened back there, it appears our work isn't finished yet.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, Vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
Hey, at least you didn't let 6 years go by.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us.
A dream without end, now that we are together.
Hey, you're looking a little green around the gills. You alright? You seem different.
We are whole. Of this, we are certain.
Have you ever known them to act normally? Anyway, better gird your loins, envoy, because it looks like trouble's brewing. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Raingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
Right behind you.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal? You did what? What in Andra's depths does that mean?
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapadal. Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the Living Land is free to heal.
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Kid and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it grows.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Yes, let us be part of it. Let us be part of it all.